Hey y'all, it's the Calm Corner Show. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's get into it. Hey Soul Family, back again. I'm Erica, your favorite Astro homegirl, and this one is gonna be on Cenat, okay? So Kai, first let me just say welcome back for all you guys that's been riding with your girl, and welcome to all you guys who are new here. And for you guys that are new, I always get into a little bit of the astrology first before we get down to business and get into the cards, because it better helps me understand the energy around who we're talking about and what we're talking about, okay? So let's get into it, all right? So Kai recently just came down to Beyonce's internet and expressed that he had been dealing with some mental health problems and issues, which I felt like was really brave of him. So let's get into the energy around him, what's going on, what's ahead, okay? So I pulled up what I could find of him, and he is Kai Carlos Cenat the third. So he's the third, all right? He is so his birthday just passed. Little Sagittarius, sun. So this is right on time for him. It's his solar return, just not even a few days ago, really. He's from New York, and he's young, guys. So Sagittarius, sun. Let's see what other placements Mr. Cenat has. Okay, so he has a moon in Capricorn, okay? Okay, so his moon is in that 10th house, which explains not only is why he's so powerful, okay? He's a powerhouse Twitch streamer, right? And the moon is what's hidden. So it's almost like you didn't even see him coming. You know, we're doing streaming. Something totally different, but very successful at it, okay? So he's a Sagittarius sun in his house of home, all right? And it also looks like his Pluto is in Sag. This one is different, so it's just mind me if I pause, I'm looking. So sun is Sag, moon in Cap, Mercury and how he communicates in Capricorn, powerful. Venus, his Venus is in Sag. Okay, so he is like a little mini one. His Mars is in Pisces, where he takes action with his creativity and how he comes across the stream, and he's good at it. Gotcha. His Jupiter is in Cancer, and Jupiter is in Cancer now. So we'll probably see him going into this next year with lots and lots more success, okay? He has a Pluto in Aquarius. And that Saturn is in Gemini. So let's see the placement of that Gemini where them challenges lie. Okay. Communication. And his Jupiter again is in Cancer in the 4th house of home. And so we see that he's blessed with being a Twitch streamer from his home. Ain't that interesting? So it just aligns with his chart. He's doing spot on his destiny, meaning because Cancer represents the house of home. Jupiter blesses and expands things. So he's doing this out of his home. So it makes sense. And it looks like it's going to continue to grow for him. But that Saturn is in Gemini, communication, experiencing mental health, twins, communication, makes a lot of sense. Let's see about the 6th house. See that 12th house. Let me see. That's the degrees that it's in. This is different, okay? So the Venus and Mars is in Pisces, Jupiter, Uranus, Aquarius, and Where is the industry? Okay, yeah. Partnerships, and he is ahead of the curve. He's doing communication. He's doing the live Twitch streaming, technology. Everything aligns with his chart. It makes a 1,000% sense. So Pluto is in Sag too in his house of home. So transformations, in his life. He's gonna continue to elevate, maybe in his belief system as he continues to grow, learn, and expand. We'll see him go through, transformations over a period of time, right? He has so I can see the energy of the imbalance. So he really has to take care of himself. Okay? And it looks like he should be able to push through. But I can see whether it can come in through that 12th house, mind and creativity. So he really does have to take care of himself and his mental health, especially his mind. So that's dope that he's, on top of that, okay? So not gonna hold y'all more. I think I'm gonna Google his girlfriend. We'll ask about her. I don't know her name. Let me see. Let's ask now. Let's see if that's a pretty little girl. Because I know y'all want to know about that. Because we're going to give into his, messages and ask everything. Not just about career and stuff. Okay, so her name is GiGi. Okay, so she's pretty. She's on Instagram. Okay. So we'll tap into her energy too. All right? So she just wished him a happy birthday not too long ago. All right, so family, so let's see what's up with Mr. Cenat. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so family, so I just put a few clips together that I could, kind of see what would be in the most current. The reason why I used this picture that I found was that this was in October, and I know that you'll notice throughout the reading that I kept referring to him as a Capricorn when he's a Sagittarius. But me picking up on his energy, his chart has a huge energy around that Capricorn part of his chart, as well as Capricorn represents career. So as I went back to listen to these clips, because I pulled the clips after I did the reading, it's interesting that he spoke about a lot of things that I was speaking on in the reading. So it looks as though him and the girlfriend are back together now, from what I can see. So I added a few clips here and there between now and, and I guess I kept seeing celebrations because even though his birthday just passed not even a few days ago, it's the holidays and hers is only a few weeks ahead, okay? So these are just a few clips that I pulled together, and then we'll get into the reading, all right? Let's get into it.
I'm currently on my laptop right now, and I appreciate everybody who's been sending me birthday wishes, as today is my birthday. So I felt like it was the perfect day to be transparent and honest with you guys. A few days ago, I spread awareness on mental health and how important it is to take care of yourself. And honestly, for the past few months, I've been struggling with mental health out of self-doubt and fright of pursuing goals that I really want to achieve. And the reason I've really been in my head is because I just wanted to do more. I've gained to realize that I'm a true creator and I'm very passionate about creating. And I have other goals and things that I just want to achieve and do more of. And I would love to show you guys what I've been working on for the past few months through my more personal page, which is KC3 Hidden. I am going to go private soon on that page. So whoever gets in, but I just want to let you guys know that sometimes it is important to take care of your mental health. And honestly, it's been getting better. It has. But out of frustration and fear, I just been in my head for some reason. I never had this feeling before, but I want it to be known that I truly want to create. And I don't know if I'm getting mature or I'm just looking things at a broad point of view, but I am so passionate about creating in general. And I'm excited to show you guys what's going on. Thank you.
This girl came in my house recently, a couple months ago. My friends was over. We was here. I cooked. We had wine or whatever. Gabrielle looked at me in front of my friends and told me, I think we need to keep our relationship off the internet. Then she follows up with, oh yeah, and Kai said, yeah, Mr. Cenat said, told my daughter, my baby, that he did his research on me. And her best friend. Now, who her best friend is, y'all, I really don't know. I know Gabrielle friends, but who the best friend is, I don't know. He told my baby that if she hung out with me or her best friend, that he did his background on us. She hung out with us. It's so hard to say that her reputation would be ruined. She posted me. She came over. She cooked. She made me breakfast. She sent me to the spa. That's my baby. She posted me. She said, happy birthday to my rock. 6 months later, she get with this dude. I'm happy for her. You know what I'm saying? And now that you got this internet attention, that's what you doing? And please don't get in my comments and say you should talk to your daughter. I did. So when I said mean, disrespectful, rude little girl, I talked to her. She laughed at me. She said, oh, you big mad. Laughed at me. This girl came in my house recently.
Start crying out of nowhere. I said, why you crying? The DoorDash come and drop it off. I go get it. When I go get it, I hand it to her. I go back on my phone. I go scroll on my phone. Next thing you know, I start hearing crying. She start crying. And I'm like, why are you crying? Start crying out of nowhere. I said, why are you crying? She cried because she had a chicken sandwich on a Texas toast instead of her hamburger on a Texas toast. 3 in the morning, she said, I didn't order this. I didn't want this. Why did me a chicken sandwich on the thing? Get some serious happening. She really crying because they ordered 3 in the morning. Start crying out of nowhere.
Okay, so family, I had to play this quick clip for you guys when she just recently posted celebrating his birthday that just passed on the 16th, okay? It was a perfect song, Miguel. Just didn't want to get copyright. But check out the clip. So sweet. Okay, so family, this is the cards on Cenat. I did already clear the energy of the cards. So let's get into it and see what's up with him. We're going to start with his current energy first, okay? All right, let's see what's up. Let's get into his current energy right now. Let's see what's up with him. I hope y'all doing good and enjoying yourselves on this little holiday break. I hope y'all ate as much as y'all want, drank as much as y'all want, and really enjoyed yourselves. Sometimes you gotta just kick back, you know? Got to. Just clean the dick, so let's get into it. Let's see. Okay, so let's unpack, guys. Got some interesting cards. Okay. Okay. I'm just unpacking, so mind the pause. I always like to kind of unpack the messages. So it's like I said, when I see energy, it's a few things. It's more than one message. So never mind me when I pause, y'all. Just know that I'm, taking it in. And the first energy for Kai is, when we go into the current energy now, current past, current energy, King of Cups energy is about, it's an emotional energy, but it's in a good position. So we're at the holidays, and this is just giving the energy of emotional over, a little bit of everything, family, business, looking and just taking in an account of all the things in his life right now, right? Looking at what he's been able to accomplish. It's a king on the table. Goals that have been set. How far he's come and looking back to wherever he started. So it's the energy of emotion, right? And he's thinking about with emotions and the energy of that King of Cups. It's all about, it's balance in a sense, right? But you also questioning, is my cup full? Am I satisfied with all what I've had? And it's interesting because you got this Seven of Pentacles right beside it. And it's in reverse, right? So he's looking at it like, when you see the Seven of Pentacles too, it's the energy of, it's work with no results, right? But I'm gonna say that he's been dealing with a lot. It comes in the energy, the mental stress, the mental health. It's a bit of emotion too in that. King of Cups, you can go a step further. Is creatively gifted, right? So he has a lot of gifts. So he's looking at, he has his hands in a lot of different things too when it comes to this stream. And I'm not really familiar with him, but I know that he has, endorsements, commercial. Just a lot of things that pertain to him. And right now, those things have been on hold due to his current mental state and just the place that he's in. And he's thinking about it like, okay, everything that I've done, he's wanting it to be more meaningful going forward. That's what this energy is. You got the Two of Wands in reverse, and that's about, changes that need to be made, but afraid to make, right? So even with this Seven of Pentacles, it could be a negative, but it's not, because it's centered in between the King of Cups, right? So this is giving more of an energy with Kai on, taking risks going into, and I was pulling his cards next for 2026. But that's the energy that's on his mind, right? Figuring out where things that he could have done better, things in his life, his routine, his health, all of this plays a part, right? And this is the energy of him, always playing it safe. And he's thinking about it, like, is playing it safe? And not in a bad way, but going forward with goals that he has in mind. It's all about taking risks, right? I always say 2-7 Pentacles is a spiritual card, right? And it's the energy, to me, because you got this King of Cups there right beside it, right? Going through a lot of, I can definitely say, emotional and mental change. And you know, we don't diagnose anybody here allegedly. But something about him he's also gonna step outside the box too when it comes to spirituality and his spiritual side. Maybe he, you know, has been one way this whole time, and maybe he'll start to do alternative things to find balance in his life, you know, spiritually as well, right? Collapse is here in different ways, right? Because again, he took time off, so that's the Ten of Swords. But it's more energy behind that Ten of Swords with Cenat than just him saying his mental health, which I didn't look at the video, but I'm sure I pulled the clips, and I'm gonna make sure that I play a few for you guys before you guys get into this reading and into the cards, right? But it is some energy around deceit, you know, around him, okay? You hit a breaking point, you took a break. So that's in the messages, right? But this also represents, you know, somebody around him. It's jealous people. It's jealous people around him. You know, people he worked with. Maybe not co-workers, but, you know, maybe other streamers, right? This is the energy of them. You know, people could be resentful of his success and how far he's been able to come, and how, you know, he's been able to elevate at such a young age too, right? But he's a Capricorn energy. And remember, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. And when you put that work in, you know, that's when the blessings do come, and there's power in that house and in that chart. And in his career, he's meant to be successful. You know, it's in his destiny, right? So the other people who are resentful looking at it like, well, I can, you know, do this, or I got this many followers, or I got this kind of situation. It's not about that. It's about the energy, right? It's about the energy. It's in his cards. It's about destiny. But we all know that that brings hate, you know, people who are jealous. So he really needs to watch his back, okay? You got the Eight of Swords in reverse, and this energy is the mental health, the breakdown. You know, he did reach a collapse. He had to take this break. It's the inevitable. It finally came to a breaking point. But he is in the energy too of, you know, like I said, he's looking at everything that has transpired, right? Whether it's been, you know, betrayal in relationships, or people that, like I said, in a workhouse situation. The mental health, it's been tough. Trying to stay in the same routine and being afraid to make the risk, right? But again, I'm telling you, the hermit is here, right? And this also supports the time off. But when he was in isolation. The reason why he wasn't into the streaming. Like I said, it's more to the messages than just mental health breakdown. That's just a part of it. That's something that could have been escalating, you know, over the time of him. Because I know they stream and stream hours. I think sometimes they can go 24 hours, you know, all that kind of stuff. Eventually you do hit a burnout. But this is about mental, you know, and when you get into this place, it's like it drew him into the isolation, right? But it's also giving him a perspective. You go in isolation long enough, you know, you start to, you like I said, you're looking at the things that you did wrong, and now it's like, okay, new perspective. Because it's, you know, I'm trapping my own self in my own mindset. Time to make risks, time to make changes, adapt in different ways to balance myself out that feel good to me spiritually, making those decisions right now. So he can feel liberated in a sense when he comes back. And this energy is necessary in order for him to come back stronger. The sun is here. You can't make the messages up. It's about vitality. It's about blessings. But enlightenment comes from this time back, the hermit energy, right? And as he revitalizes and realizes all the things that have gone on, good, bad, or indifferent, it's time to make the necessary changes. You know, step out the box and do new things that work for me, that are good for me, right? Let me have enlightenment, certain ways to meditate, different ways to practice my faith will give me a better fulfilling, and this will allow me to have a new perspective. I can, you know, not be trapped in this, you know, mental down, as well as the camaraderie between you and your, you know, I would say peers, co-worker peers, however you want to look at it, right? Ace of Wands is here. More new projects, more new opportunities. His light will shine in 2026, and we haven't even seen it, right? Ask the messages, but the messages are here because we're at the end of the year and we're closing out the cycle. In this mental state, you can't even look at that. That's deep. King of Swords in reverse, by the Four of Cups in reverse. And this is really what we're saying in a nutshell. His mind is like, you know, clouded. It's just, this is chaotic. This is the energy of just, you know, mental blockages. And the Four of Cups is all about, in reverse, breaking free of this chaos and this negative mental mindset, right? Some of the things he could even be bringing on himself, because this is self-entrapment, self-victimization, right? But he's, like I said, he's doing some different things so he can bring some different outcomes and get back to him, who he is, and the goals that he has for himself. Remember, I said he's looking at it all, taking everything in, all into account, good, bad, or indifferent. So now I'm choosing happiness, you know. I'm getting the help that I need. I'm doing alternative routines and taking risks and doing things that would make me more fulfilled and more healthier. And along the way, you know, I get this enlightenment energy and I step out of this trapped, you know, mindset or having these mental breaks. Allegedly. Mm-hmm. And it's interesting because it's about keeping his mind and his spirit in balance. Look at the messages. You can't make them up. You got temperance, upright, judgment in reverse. It's all about the balance, you know, and that's what we're talking about. He's finding the balance in his life so he can remove the doubt, you know, in the issues, the negative mindset, you know, the avoidance of dealing with things. He's finding that balance and facing people head on, situations head on this year, instead of just letting things slide, right? Watching who coming in and out his home. And in your house, period. Because your house is your money house. Your house is your home. And he streams from home, right? Changes. But the changes will be for the good with the sun and that Ace of Wands there. And I'm going to tell you something. We didn't ask about him and his girlfriend, but that's also messages of he could be having a baby soon. I don't know the nature, so let's ask about that as well. Let's get, clear the messages. Okay, so let's ask. We see the messages, but let's even back it up. Let's see. Let's see. Let's get some current energy ahead. 2026 for Cenat, which we saw a lot of that already just in the current energy. So let's back it up. Number 2026. Here. Okay, Spirit. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Okay. Kind of similar. Just solidifies even more, right? And some of the same messages, okay? I didn't even ask about girlfriend GiGi yet, but she's clearly in the messages, right? But again, this is the time for Kai. It's so crazy because, again, it's similar messages, but same, right? High Priestess, keeping it all in. You know, remember I said it was more to that Ten of Swords energy, right? And that's an energy of, imagine how many people and celebrities and all the different things that he's been attached to and how, right? I don't know his back history of how he, you know, came into the industry, but this is about, I'm telling you, a lot of things, some things happen with him, you know, and it's something that we don't know about, right? So that also has played a part in his pause, so to speak, okay? When I pause, it's so many different messages because the Four of Swords is right here too, right? And so this to me also, it's two things. Because remember, in his first messages, he got that Ten of Swords, right? And that's the man, you know, with the backstabs all in his back. Okay, so with this High Priestess here, it's the energy of keeping it all in, which is what he's been doing, literally. Four of Swords is about rest. You know, remember he had that Hermit. It's about going, you know, going within. Similar energy, but taking a break, which we knew, you know, he took a break from streaming. So the messages is in the messages, right? But again, this is the energy of him really understanding, like I said, everything that went on. And some things, these secrets are underhanded secrets because it's in the messages, right? But he's choosing to keep it all in, but also being strategic in, I have this information. I know what's going on. I see what's happening to me. Let me take this time out now to not only pay attention and look back at everything that's been going on. And he's going to be finding out more secrets, right? But this is about him taking a break. Mental health wise, work wise. And while he's taking his break, it's even bigger. He's still working on healing himself, right? But he's keeping his silence about something, I'm telling you, because it's in the messages. Something happened. It's something to that Ten of Swords that contributed to that pause too. Page of Coins, laying a foundation, right? That's that news of money. I told you he got great energy of not just new projects, but solid projects going into 2026, right? So we'll hear him continue to grow and soar. It's his destiny to do so. We just talked about it. But it's something negative in the energy that not only caused this breakdown, but also caused this mental break. I'm telling you. The devil is here, right? And I'm telling you, it's secrets in the energy of maybe an offer that was brought to him, something in the energy that was, you know, a gift with strings attached, or a situation of, I'm telling you, it's something in it. And this also brought a break too. Taking a step back, making decisions when it comes to your money, right? Moving forward. And I don't necessarily know if he has a history of, you know, having any form of subs or drugs or substances. But the devil energy is here, right? It could be, you know, like addiction don't always have to be substances, guys. It can represent, you know, sex, you know, different little idiosyncrasies. Everybody got different things, you know, attachments that we need to let go of, right? That Wheel of Fortune is here. I'm telling you, it's something in the energy of secrets. And this cycle Remember, we ending this year 9 cycle, headed into the new, right? He done learned some big boy lessons when it comes to this industry. And look who he works with. It comes right back up. 3 of coins. Work energy, right? Collaborations. We're going to see him do some things in some new ways, too, going forward, right? Based on the challenges that he's been dealing with. But he's going to have successful collaborations. And he's going to continue to, work forward as a team. Continue to link up and communicate. He has some of everybody on there, all the celebrities. This will be continuously successful. But I'm telling you, it's some energy behind messages of something going on. Y'all chime in in the comments if y'all know more than I do, because I don't know a lot about him. But I'm telling you, it's in the messages. Temperance, again, that's that balance. He's fighting for the balance, right? But he wants and he means that he will, his inner peace and his harmony, this is something that this temperance means a lot. So it's like whatever he got to do to course correct, heal. And like I said, he in a Saturn energy. Enlightenment and lessons and karmic lessons are happening for him right now in his solar return, right? Birthday coming up in a few weeks. Learn some lessons and gonna learn some lessons in 2026. He's gonna work on, getting the help that he needs. But this mental health aspect is something that has been a challenge for him. It's right here by the 5 of Wands. But the 5 of Wands in reverse means he's gonna do everything he need to do to keep balance. To keep harmony, to keep mental and stable mind. He may make an impulsive decision too in 2026, right? He really is struggling tough, guys, with his mindset. And the Page of Cups is about messages and news coming out, right? And this moon energy is an aspect of the mind, right? And this is an energy where he may also, we may see him step away again. Or maybe he may have to take breaks and come back. But I'm going to say something. The way that Page of Cups is positioned, it's an energy with the moon where he may come out even more and really build a community on, sharing his mental health journey and with others, right? Because that's in the messages as well. You got the 2 of Wands, and this is about, again, he's fighting to keep the balance. And even though he's going through it, it's something that he's going to do to, he's fighting for that mental clarity. He is, okay? He got full moon and the moon. So by the time, at least within the next month, in the top of the year, his birthday, it's an energy where this fight is real, but he's going to be doing the work, right? Getting into a better place, charting the course. Opportunities are ahead. They're going to be huge opportunities, successful opportunities, right? In his solar return, it's about visualization ahead for him. And really, remember that Two of Wands was in reverse. Well, he's ready now after this pause. Future planning ahead, considering options. Remember, this is what we talked about, all in the messages. And having major decisions to make. But it's going to be a whole new way. I promise. The Fool card is here as well. And he could do something very impulsive energy. It's in the messages. So let's look out for that as well for him for 2026. But in a month, maybe, be celebrating his birthday because that's about right. His birthday is a few weeks away, top of the month of January. But also, something about when that cycle hits that, and within that month, it's going to be a clarity moment around his solar return, right? And I know he's young, so I wouldn't say that he would go and run and get married, but it's definitely impulsive aspect in the cards. And this is definitely also, to me, because this is that girl GiGi could possibly get pregnant, or, whoever he's with. It's definitely in the energy, right? And he really, really likes her. It's in the messages. Let's do a 3-card pull. On his girlfriend. She is an Aquarius. Messages in that love for next year, 2026. That's a night. Around them. Right. GG. Oh, he love her, girl. So family, it's in the messages. And again, that moon came right back out. And that Queen of Cups is here. This girl is definitely in the cards to have a baby. She balances his energy when he's all over the place too. She keeps him grounded. Maybe they'll be celebrating his, I don't know if his birthday passed, or definitely her birthday is ahead. So a month energy, but news and more things about him within the next 30 days, or a month, or by the next full moon cycle, right? Definitely, again, judgment. People may have some things to say about this connection. I don't know because I'm not familiar with him, but this is a karmic energy, so, soulmate. And they'll go through their ups and downs, but she keeps him grounded because it's in the messages, right? Queen of Swords, she's mentally strong when he's, in his energy of this, his lows. She's able to work out and bring, that strength to him. This is a good connection, guys. Because when he's down, she's there to pick him up. So we will see them move forward. And she possibly could even have a baby here. It's in the messages for sure. So Cenat got some successful things, you know, ahead for him. Let's get some of the messy cards out. But I think that's real cool. Like I said, yeah, talented, blessed little young man. That's what's up. So, and let me tell you something. His peers, there's some jealous ones out there, and he got to really be on it and stand on that because it's in the messages, right? Let's see what it do. You know, I'm gonna use my cups first, my tea first. And it's no particular order, but we'll just do 1 to 3. Cenat. Yeah, you know, his message is he needs to work on securing his home more too, and maybe he may end up having to film that thing in somewhere else. Letting all that different energy in his house can also contribute to in the messages, you know, mental health state. I'm just, you know, saying, okay? Allegedly. So he may end up having to, you know, go to a studio or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There we go. Yep. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, okay. All right, look that way it's up, but I'll take it from. That's enough. Okay. Okay. That's another pile. Let's do this last one. I guess we're going to do Taylor and Travis up next. And I'm thinking after that we'll do Kylie. Kylie and her boyfriend. And see what's up with that current energy. And then your messages. Alright. And let me just do this. That's a lot. Okay. That's a lot. Thank you, Spirit. Those two. Yeah. Oh, well, there we go. Damn. All right. And so, any extra messages? Okay. Ooh, a lot of that. see. We'll start with this one. And nothing in no particular order. Just messages, you know. And let's see what's up with Mr. Cenat and what's around him. So we got sneaky link, hidden lover, low-key situationship or side piece. Okay. Between now and 2026, you know, hey. But it looks really good between him and the current situation, if that's current. Zero fucks, disregard, unfazed, and unbothered, carefree. I said that's the energy in the place. He, you know, his goals is to reach that place. I said that it was in the messages, but this couldn't have said it no better. Slay, succeeding on point and killing it, dominating the competition. Didn't I say he's gonna do it? It's in his birthright to do so. So tiptoeing, acting shady, sneaky around, avoiding getting caught. I don't know what's up with this sneaky. But I'm telling you, it's something around him that's shady too, guys. I'm telling you, everybody around him ain't happy for him. They ain't friends because the backstab energy is there. It was in the cards, right? And sneaky link to me, I guess you could just keep it at that because link would be link up, but yeah. So inner light, soul searching, finding true self, living consciously. I can't make the messages up. Didn't I say that's the energy he in? And that's the Hermit card. That was in his messages. Cuffing season, single and ready to mingle, ready for a relationship, on the hunt. It could just be an energy of, you know, him and who he's with, you know, locking in a little bit more now, even more now in this winter or, you know, season phase. Repo, default on payments, financially incapable, repossessed assets. I'm telling you, it's some secrets. It doesn't have to do with him financially, but I'm talking about people around him. People have all type of reasons for their jealousy. And to me, that's in the messages, right? Healing and inner child. I said it. That's the place he's in for truth. Truth is here. Expression. And him standing in his truth, sharing his journey with his mental health and expression. Like I said, it may be a situation where he may, you know, put together a focus group or a community where everybody can share and uplift each other and work on, you know, things that strengthen. I'm telling you, it's in the messages. Pluto, transformation. I said it. He's in a transformational phase. Wow. Learning a lot. Karmic lessons right now. Regret, repression. I'm telling you, some things that he has regrets about. It was in his messages. And also, you know, holding back and not, you know, telling the secrets, not spilling them. He knows a lot and has seen a lot. It's in his messages, guys. Present, abundant, gratitude. Of course, presents have been given. It's Christmas. Abundance is here. He's abundant. And he's definitely struggling and working. But gratitude is his goals, okay? Masculine energy, you know. Celebration, gifts, abundant. I said it's holidays. He's doing that and enjoying family and having a good time. But I said on his birthday, look, activation comes in higher self. I can't make the messages up. They in there. Wow, that's deep. I love these cards. That's cool. Okay. So it's the last deck right here. Let's get these messages. Gotta watch what Teal say. What about your friends? He better watch. Will they stand their ground? Will they let you down? He better watch it in the messages. Or will they turn their backs on you? Will they backstab you? It's in the messages, okay? When you see this, to me, the deep fake thing, it's just, I know what it means, but it just depends when it comes out in certain people's messages, what it, you know, pertains to. And this is about altered truth, right? And virtual deception, because he is, you know, a public, you know, streaming figure, right? And Like I said, it's a lot of stuff he realized and saw through this process. Shadow work, facing hidden fears. I'm telling you, going within. It's been in his messages. You know, exploring darker emotions, accepting imperfections, meeting your darker self. And that's been the energy he's been in. That's a part of his journey with him. Watch, he gonna talk about that more and sharing his mental health, right? Mirror, mirror, facing yourself and others, reflective relationships, self-awareness. What you see is you. Him really having to buckle down. Understand where things are going wrong, where I'm having breaks, what's causing me to have them. I told you, all of this. He going through all the steps. Page of coin, paying attention to those details. Figuring out, okay, so this didn't go right. I'm going to fix it this way or work on this and make this be a, for this to be a better outcome. I'm telling you, taking it all in. Energy vampires. I said that he got to set up something in that house. Draining connections, toxic influence, protecting your energy, time to cut cords. I said that he may end up, guys, having to get into a studio over a period of time. It's about the energy. I know it sounds crazy, but look, it came out in the messages, right? I said he gonna continue to keep soaring. It was in his messages. CEO energy, taking control, natural leadership, confidence in business. I'm the boss. He the boss of this. I'm telling you. And he gonna show even more why he's, destined to do this in 2026. Y'all see. Overnight success. It may be something that he does new. He had a lot of new energy, the full energy, Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, right? It's already an overnight success, but this is more energy adding into, more reasons this year of more success, more sudden recognition, unexpected breakthroughs, and all eyes will continue to be on him, right? Watch out for the clout chasers. Kylie not doing anything for attention, fame, hungry, desperate for followers, anything for likes. Remember, that's the energy vampires and that energy, right? He got this twice. That was in the other deck of messages. Inner child, healing child wounds, reconnecting with joy, playfulness restored, returning to innocence, right? An energy that he's truly working on through therapy. It's a match. Swipe right. Online dating. Instant attraction. Digital romance. Match found. He could do something like that on his streaming platform. An idea of an energy like that with a dating game type of vibe or something along that, right? Rebound. Temporary comfort. Avoiding loneliness. Quick replacement. Just to forget. Okay, so watch out for that energy too, Fake flex. Pretending wealth, showing off borrowed luxury, deceptive bragging, rich on Instagram but broke in real life. You got to really watch them niggas around them. Telling you. It's in the messages. Situationship, unclear boundaries, mixed signals, more than friends, less than lovers. What are we? To me, this doesn't even have to be relationship. Could be. We'll see what plays out. Because right now, I think they're saying that he's with the girlfriend. So, all relationships can go through ups and downs, right? That's clear. But the energy was pretty stable. It had some good things ahead for them. I take situationship and unclear boundaries about I'm going around because all those pentacles on the table, workplace and energy. Colleagues, what do you call it? Co-stars or your peers in your peer group, other streamers, things like that, right? Side piece. He got a lot of these messages though. Secret romance, hidden affairs, being second choice, only late night calls. Now, he could be having some things like that he might slide in through the back door, regardless, because it's in the messages. Deja vu, repeating patterns, familiar lessons, unresolved issues. We've been here before. To me, that's that Four of Swords. And this Paul's energy, he got a lot of things he's been going through, especially with the moon, all those moon cards coming out. A lot of deja vu going on, A lot of things that he's been thinking about the repetitive patterns. Remember the devil in reverse. You know, all the things that's unresolved. That Seven of Pentacles in reverse, right? He got a lot of things to work through, but he got to do the internal work. And it's in the messages, right? Any toxic behaviors that he has, which it could be a few things that was on the table in his messages. But regardless of what that, thing that kind of has you in a place, he has to really, the messages of healing and breakthroughs and understanding where he goes wrong, what causes it, and what he gonna do to get into a better place, Sneaky link, hidden encounters, private meetings, discreet intimacy. Nobody needs to know. Some secrets, I'm telling you, it's in the energy. Crossroads, important choices, life-changing decisions. Choose wisely. Your next step matters. I think it's safe to say everybody on some level in the energy right now is at that place, because we are closing out this year. This year is over. A few more days, guys. Can y'all believe it? And we will be into 2026. God willing. So at the end of the day, everybody's at a place of crossroads, because we'll be, figuring out, you're going to be cleaning your homes, getting all that energy. When you clean and dust and rid things, remember, soul family, y'all also getting rid of that energetic negative energy that need to be moved up out of the house too, so things can get back into alignment. So make sure you guys are saging and all that good stuff as you start to declutter and move that energy out the way. And remember, when you make that type of clean, the energy vampires find their way to get gone and leave too. So it's like a process that trickles down and keeps moving in the direction you need it to move in, right? So this is Cenat, and what's ahead for him for 2026 success. But he need to watch out for them haters and work on any little toxic situation that he got that contributes to these breakdowns that he's experiencing. But we definitely see him going through transformation. We definitely see that he has work to do. And we also see success ahead. So this is what we always come back and revisit this. This was just doing a quick reading on him and his check-in, since he said that his mental health was a thing. So I love you guys. Look, Kelce and Swift, y'all up next. I love y'all. Peace and love, and I'll see you guys soon in the next one. All right, soul family? Thanks for watching The Common Corner Show. Peace and love, soul family, and I'll see you guys in the next one.